Are we good? Is this working? Oh, okay. It's starting on YouTube. There we go. It looks like it seems to be working fine. I don't actually know. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just I'm here. It looks like things are going smoothly, but I don't know if anyone is here. Definitely let me know. Maybe experiencing those minor issues. Okay, that's fine. Um, when it's raining, for some reason, it gives me trouble. Let's do a raid and see how that looks. Am I connected to the internet? I don't know. I probably can. Actually, I don't think I'm connected to the internet. Hello, how are you doing, Mr. X? How are you? I don't think I'm connected to the internet. I don't even know if my Switch has been hooked up to my parents' home Wi-Fi. My cat is in here and he's super vocal, so if you hear him, ignore him. He's not a good cat. He's mean. I mean, he's not mean. He's very lovable. He's just very annoying. Anyway, internet. I have no idea if my Switch is hooked up to my internet or not. But yeah, anyway, how do things look? From what I can tell, like it says that it's streaming at 1080p, but it does not look like it. But yeah, so please let me know in the chat how it looks. Anyway, if anyone wants to, if your Switch is right in front of you and you have Sword and Shield, if you want to hop on and do some raids really quick, we can absolutely do that. If not, I'll probably just be kicking around and doing some of these. Oh, it's a link code one. Doing some of these like sponsored raids or whatever. I'm just fine. So the notification pop up. Don't have too much to do, so just chilling. Nice. But yeah, so like this is really just like a testing stream. Hi Jonathan. Um, oh no, I have Joy-Con drift. That looks fine for me, pretty clear. Sweet. Yeah, the whole point of this is to uh get ready for me to be. Who do I want to go into this with? I'll go into my Necrozma. Why not? It's for me to get ready to do some streaming. I signed up to do a charity thing next week. Next week, 2 weeks. You'll find out more. I'll put out a separate video about it in a couple days. But I'm doing a charity live stream in a couple weekends. I wanted to make sure that everything is good for it. And also, I guess just sort of get some feedback for what people might want to see. Um, I don't mind doing stuff like this. I can do like community raids. I can do one of the like 99 floor dungeons. I'll probably not do the entire thing. I'll probably get to like floor 25, but I'll do like one of the 99 floor dungeons on in a mystery dungeon, stuff like that. So just also like I'm gonna be home pretty much all the time. I actually am doing something this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to. I don't actually have an item on Necrozma, do I? Anyway, but I do get to Dynamax it next turn, which is fun. But yeah, we're doing a charity live stream. So just getting everything ready for that. So if it gets super, I haven't live streamed in a long time, like probably over a year. Probably longer than that actually. I used to stream somewhat often, but I haven't in quite a while. Man, I'm really glad this is only a 4-star raid because we got Solrock. Who's our fourth? It's me, the Sword Doggo, Solrock, and Togepi. Alright, at least Togepi is sort of useful. But yeah, so I'm going to be live streaming ideally a couple times a week while I'm here because my parents, they work during the day, so I was better me be somewhat productive on the internet than just try to do nothing. at least during the day. So anyway, how are people doing this wonderful Friday? I really don't need this Grim Snarl either. And like, I'm trying to do some of the promoted raids. I think that's the first time that I've actually opened up Sword and Shield in probably a couple of weeks anyway. I've been playing a lot of stuff online on Pokemon Showdown because I do quite like competitive Pokemon. Are you gonna do any DS games? I could if that's what people want to do. I have all the emulators. I think I have copies of every game. Um, I want to say I've got at least a copy of every Pokemon game on my computer. Actually, I think the only one that I might not have, now that I think about it, is Gates to Infinity, which I don't consider real. That's not a real game. That game doesn't exist to me. But let me see what like I said, I'm fairly certain, and I can do randomizers and anything else if people want to. I would prefer to just have them be more chill, just like casually playing streams than Nuzlocke or things. But if people really, if that's a desire people want, then I can definitely make that happen. Let's see. Yeah, I've even got a Pokemon Conquest, which I love. I love Pokemon Conquest. It's one of my favorite games. I do have Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Is that right? Yes, I do. As well as Explorers of, which one is this? Explorers of Sky on emulator as well. I don't have a capture card, so casual quarantine survival fan games are great too. Showdown's not bad either. I do really like fan games. I think I don't have any of the relatively recent ones. Let me look, because I don't actually know. I haven't kept up with fan games in a long time. I have Infinite Fusion that I was messing around with for a while. I want to say I've got a copy of Uranium on my laptop, but not on this computer, which I can just pretty easily transfer over. And I want to say I had Reborn at some point too, but I want to say that's also on the laptop. But I can find that easily enough on the internet somewhere. Light Platinum. I've never played Light Platinum. I've heard a ton of good things about it. It's just never been one that I've played. That's the one with, I think that one's like mainly about Arceus, isn't it? When did this was definitely not a Pikachu a minute ago. This was definitely a Rotom. Like this was the first one this is the first thing I did when I started the stream, and it was definitely a Rotom wash. But I mean, I'll take it because I think these Gigantamax Pikachu's have Surf. But anyway, I don't want to go into it with my Colossal. I do love Colossal. His nickname is my child because Roly-Coly is probably my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. I don't know why. I just love it's so cute, but its eye is so angry. Anyway, it's Gigantamax Pikachu. What do we want to go in with? Oh, I have an Excadrill. Oh, well, if it's got Surf, I don't want to go into the Excadrill. I guess Rotom's fine. Rejuve, Reborn, Insurgents. Pretty amazing. I've never heard of... I'm guessing that Rejuve is short for Rejuvenation. I've never heard of that one. Gigantamax Pikachu. Wow, you're actually a little tough to counter. And I don't have all that many, like, trained up Pokemon. I have a very large amount in Pokemon Bank, or a Pokemon Home, but I don't have them quite transferred here yet. Type null. I guess Gastrodon would be pretty good. Yeah, we'll go with Gastrodon. There's also, oh yeah, no, I've definitely played like all of the Drayana ROM hacks. I've played all of them. One of the last, so I do have a separate Let's Play channel that I don't really upload to anymore. And one of the last Let's Plays that I did was of Renegade Platinum, which was chef's kiss. I loved Renegade Platinum. I guess we'll invite others. It's a 5-star Gigantamax Pikachu. I would want a piece of that. Rejuvenation, Reborn are around the same level of quality, although I prefer Rejuvenation visually. Gotcha. Like I've dabbled in fan game creation as well. So like I have all the software that you need to do it. It's just a matter of time and also writing. I've never been that great at like story writing. I had like a really good premise, and I had the game pretty much made. Maybe I'll make a video about it sometime. Um, I had the game pretty much made up until the second gym. That's when things started to fall apart. um, because a lot of the a lot of the games are in like the Gen 3 style. Those games are hard to play because of how hard to find things in the game. Yeah, that's fair. Um, this person really needs to not pick a Corviknight because it's a Pikachu. Anyway, but yeah, the fan games. So coding the fan games is not actually that hard. Like I've taken a computer programming class, and even though it was like one of the most basic, like the coding language that I know is literally called Visual Basic. Even then, you don't need that much of like a coding knowledge to make a fan game. The software costs maybe like $20 but it's on Steam. So it's a little pricey, I guess, if you to get into it. But like, all of the games are in sort of the Gen 3 style because it's just way easier to put sprites, like overworld sprites and things, into fan games if they're from that or in that same sort of style and not like the sort of almost 3D style that Gen 4 gets into. You can do it, it's just tougher. There's also is there a free version? Because I think RPG Maker is free, but RPG Maker XP is not. I mean, I can double check Steam because I have XP. I love that, how Pikachu's just P. I really hope this is the one with Surf too, because I've seen that here and there on Cerebi. I'm fairly certain that these ones have Surf, which is nice. I think that's right. Yeah, okay. And I don't really know what the difference between XP and I forgot. This is my I forgot that this is my trolley Astrodon. That I have Fissure instead of like Earthquake or Earth Power. All right then. My favorite gen right now is 4th gen, then 3rd gen remastered. Then I hope they do another version of 4th gen. I'm sure they will. 4th gen's extremely popular. Yeah, 4th gen's extraordinarily popular. So I'm sure that they will. Okay. So it looks like there's RPG Maker MV, which is new to me. I'd never heard of that one. I'm looking on Steam right now. That's $80. No, thank you. What else is there? Like I said, I have RPG Maker XP. I'm sure just like the newer... Okay, yeah, RPG Maker XP is $25. And it looks like there's just different ones that you can buy that I'm sure have different features. RPG Maker XP has always been fine for me. Scald Fissure Toxic Recover. Yeah, so this was a... It does have Surf. I think that was Surf anyway. It's super effective on Pikachu. Oh no, somebody just used Earthquake! That freaking Incineroar just used Earthquake. What are you doing? I keep reading stories about them, but Nintendo has... No, they haven't announced anything about them yet. I wish that they would, but like I'm sure they're definitely not going to announce anything until until after the DLC drops, or at least. Okay, it was Pikachu's Max Geyser. That's what it was, not my Max Geyser. So yeah, they're definitely not going to even announce another Pokemon game until after the second batch of DLC drops, sometime probably in November. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it around then. What is the power of Max Fissure? 130. All right, well I might as well. Yeah, but anyway, I've been dabbling here and there in making my own fan game with RPG Maker, and it is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's just a ton of work, and also like getting the sprites and things can be kind of tough because the only ones that are super available are ones from Fire Red Leaf Green, and not so much ones from Ruby Sapphire Emerald. Ruby Sapphire, yeah, Ruby Sapphire and Emerald. Which I wish that there were because I really wanted to use Phoebe in my game as a gym leader instead of an Elite Four member. But it just didn't happen because the sprite for it was super bad. Anyway, I had a question about Super Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, go for it. I've played Super Mystery Dungeon a couple of times. I bought it when it first came out, and then I replayed it somewhat recently when the when Mystery Dungeon DX was announced. I replayed it on Citra. So yeah, I can emulate all of the 3DS games on my computer as well. So yeah, go ahead, Jonathan. Shoot. What's your question? But yeah, also if you're interested more in of course it lived on 1 HP. If you're interested in any of like the RPG Maker make a Pokemon game stuff, there's a YouTuber who has like an entire series of like over 60 something videos that's just pure tutorials about how to make Pokemon fan games, which has been so useful to me. And I think the channel's name is Thundaga. Can you just import sprites from fan sprites? I saw one back in the day with tons of Pokemon and sprites with custom trainer. Yes, you absolutely can, but you have to be able to find them. And like the in battle sprites are not that hard. They're actually very easy. It's the overworld sprites that I have trouble with because I don't know how to make pixel art. And I tried taking something of like a piece of art of Phoebe and like scaling it down and then re-pixel arting over it, and it looked so bad. It looked really bad. So it can be done if you have the correct resources. I don't. Also, just taking sprites off of the internet and using them. So you need a pixel artist, huh? If I were actively working on that project, Kai, I definitely would. It's something that's been on the back burner. When did I even start working on that? I think I started. No, how dare you? I wanted that Pikachu. Um, I think I started working on the project in like late 2016 into maybe like March 2017. So it's been over 3 years since I started that, and like I said, I've only gotten to like the second gym of working on it, and it was a bad second gym at that. Um, if I guess if people were interested on it or in it, I could get back into it. It's something I really did enjoy doing. Just don't really have the time for anymore. Maniac Trick? No, get out of here. Um, let's see. God, I haven't picked up Sword and Shield in quite a long time. And like, well, since they announced just a couple days ago that they're doing basically like Pokemon Worlds online, uh, more or less. Like if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Wolfie VGC's most recent video. Um, it explains exactly what's going on. It's basically like they're making like a one of their international tournaments or like what was the last like international championship I think. Um, international challenge. That's what it is. Um, yeah, they're taking that and just making it bigger and online, which I think is super neat given the global circumstances right now. The fact that Shedinja is a possible max is pretty funny. Is it one right now? Is it like a promoted raid right now? Because if that's true, that is very funny. And I'm curious, does Shedinja's HP go to 2 when you Dynamax it? I don't think that I have like actually Dynamaxed it myself. And like I've been meaning to I think it just gets a ton of shield. Gotcha. Minccino. I got no one wants to do Minccino. Let's see. We'll see what ones are online right now. It's in Den 46. It gets loads of shields, but none of them matters. It's taken out in one hit still. That's funny. See, and I wish that there was a better way to know which den was which. Because, like, I see that on Cerebi whenever I'm trying to find a particular den. I can never figure out which one it is. Because, like, they are, like, internally numbered in the game's code. But I can never figure out which one is which. And, like, I did one. Well, I'm at Mystery Dungeon DX. I've been using Absol level 37, Blastoise level 38, Marowak level 40. Should I wait to do the higher dungeon, like the 99, or wait till I get higher? It depends which 99 floor. If you're talking about Lugia's, definitely wait. Your Marowak will get shredded in that dungeon. But for any of the ones that like reset you to like level 5, I feel like that should be fine for that team. I would recommend, personally, just personal experience, I'd recommend waiting to do any of those dungeons until you get Smeargle. If you've already done that, then I would give Smeargle a really good moveset. So, I have recently been told of the ways of Smeargle. And if you've watched the most recent video, the most recent episode of that series, you'll know how good Smeargle is. The Reginugs need to do at that level. Yeah, that's true. You can definitely do Buried Relic at that level. I think that is the first 99 floor dungeon that you get access to. So that's definitely a pretty decent one to do at that level. Plus you have the chance to get Mew. Purity Forest with Rapid Bullseye, Smeargle, Barrage is broken. Yeah, for sure. I haven't done Purity Forest yet. It's probably, I'm not sure if that's going to be one that I do on stream or if I just do like the last however many floors of the dungeon for a video. Maybe the last like 20 or 30 floors for a video. Yeah, that's the dungeon buried. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. With those levels, you can definitely do Buried Relic. That shouldn't be too hard for you. It's gonna take you 3-4 hours. But you can definitely do it. I know in the original games, I don't think they do in this game because I beat all 3 of the Regis relatively quickly. I don't think they have Explosion, but I don't know that for sure. That'd be the only thing I would worry about. But yeah, you shouldn't really have. I mean, it depends on the moveset, I guess. Regice might give you a little bit of a problem. But as long as Marowak isn't just there taking Ice Beam after Ice Beam, I think you should be pretty much fine. The Pokemon in that dungeon are not hard at all. I feel like it's mostly, I want to say it's mostly Psychic types if I'm remembering correctly, or at least quite a few Psychic types. All right, well, it looks like everything's going pretty fine for now. Like I said at the beginning, this was just a test. Is that your reptilian behind you? So it finally came out of the closet. Never seen it before. Yeah. So I definitely I had to bring her home. I'm sure I mentioned it at some point in one video, but I live full time in South Dakota. But I grew up in northern New York, so I came home for the summer, and I wasn't exactly sure how long I was going to be here. If I was only gone for probably like a week, 2 weeks, I think I'd be okay leaving her alone, especially because this time of year, I have a leopard gecko. She doesn't really eat a lot this time of year anyway, because it's their breeding season, and they just don't like to eat at this time of year for some reason. Yeah, but because I was pretty sure I was going to be here for at least probably close to a month, I brought her home with me. But yeah, there she is. She's hiding in there somewhere. She comes out and kicks around maybe like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and then she'll kick around and try and climb the walls because she thinks she's a different kind of gecko uh, for a little while, but she can't. It's very cute to watch, actually. I also have another profile with level 66 Marowak, level 59 Charizard, level 59 Absol. But the problem is getting through the dungeon with not a lot of Oran Bears in my toolbox. For that, I would recommend recruiting a Pokemon like Miltank or something that knows Moonlight, because those those heal 50% of each Pokemon's HP as long as you're in the same room. So if you're super worried about that, I would bring maybe the Marowak plus like a Miltank plus maybe an Umbreon or an Espeon, because they get Moonlight and Morning Sun both do that same thing. That would be, yeah, that'd be my recommendation for that. And I'm trying to think, a lot of the 99 floor dungeons sort of give you some items along the way for that kind of thing as well. So it's not like they totally just leave you to your own devices. You definitely want to bring some, but they don't totally just give you nothing to work with for the entire 99 floors. Did I get fully paralyzed? I think I did. Anyway, man, that's awesome. I love reptiles. Me too. And it was something that like that I didn't really ever know until, so when did I get her? I got her in the summer of 2016, so she's almost 4. I'm sure she's actually probably 4 by now, but I got her in June of 2016, so I'm sure she's like, her actual birthday is has already passed, but when I got her was, I think, June 20. I want to say it was June 21st, 2016. So yeah, she's my little girl. I'm planning to, assuming that this summer doesn't bankrupt me because I'm not making a ton of money this summer. I really want to get a children's python. They're basically just like they're very, very cute, very small pythons. Like, they get at most like 3 feet long. But they're basically just like a reticulated python, which can be like over like 25 feet, in just a little like 3-foot little python package. So I would like to get one of those, and altogether the whole, like, the snake plus the setup would cost me probably like $400. No, I'm trying. Dusk balls are like your best chance to catch it too. Anyway, mostly I'm trying to find a lot more evolution crystals. I think bringing Reviver Seeds will help a ton. Do those online missions at Pelipper Post Office and get them for every other mission, basically. Yeah, that's a good point. When it comes to evolution crystals, probably the best place to farm those would be, I'm trying to think. I think it's Solar Cave. I don't have a lot of friends on Switch. I think you can just randomly search for people who ask for help. Like, if somebody gets knocked out in a dungeon, you can, like, there's an option to ask for help online. And I think if you do that, I think it just automatically gives you Reviver Seeds. I haven't done any of those myself, so I don't know that for sure. Pikachu said yeet. It absolutely did. And then it just said, screw you, I don't want to be caught by you, and ran away from me. A double? Get out of here. But yeah, for evolution crystals, I would say try Solar Cave. It's 20 or 25 floors, and the last floor, I think, gives you guaranteed 4 or 6 evolution crystals. It gives you a number of guaranteed evolution crystals. I don't know how many. And then there's also a decent chance of the Kecleon shops spawning in the dungeon. And you can buy them for, they're 1,000 coins each. They're 1,000 coins each if you buy them from like an in-game or in-dungeon mart. That's the best way I've been able to find them. I need to do some farming for them too, because they are pretty important. Not that, like, Waterfall Cave is 20. Oh, that's cool. I haven't done Waterfall Cave yet, but that's a good. Actually, I think I did, and I think that I accidentally Like, I think I recruited a Pokemon along the way, and then I'm like, I don't care about you. And I let them die to a Gyarados, which Mega Evolved, and then just bodied my entire team, so I didn't make it through the dungeon. Yeah. Those dungeons do have a lot of Monster House areas, absolutely. And I didn't know this, actually. But the monster houses can spawn the possible shiny Pokemon in that dungeon. So like there's which have boosted HP anyway. So yeah, it makes for a really tough dungeon. If you go to Waterfall Cave, make sure to bring a Pokemon with Discharge. You will need it. Save orbs like Revive All and All Protect. Those would be crucial in boss fights and carry you through them. Yeah, if I were smart, that's what I would do. Um, but apparently I'm just not, because like the entire time, like I remember, I don't think I ever said it in a video, but I definitely think that I definitely thought it in my head throughout any time that I like got a Revive All orb. I'm like, when am I ever gonna use this? Like, when am I going to let my Pokemon die? Like, I'm always gonna have enough Reviver Seeds. I'm on the Ho-Oh part. Gotcha. Ho-Oh can be real tough. I got really lucky and recruited a Miltank like right before that dungeon at some point. Or actually, I don't even remember what dungeon I got Miltank in. Um, but Miltank had Rollout, and I linked that with Defense Curl and then Rollout, because that doubles Rollout's power. And then Miltank happened, like just randomly, happened to have the rare quality Rapid Bullseye, the one that makes it so if a move hits multiple times, it doesn't miss. So it yeah, I two-shotted Ho-Oh with that. They're pretty useless. I always let my partner die, but they always come back for the dungeon boss. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that. I have Rock Slide Marowak. Yeah, that'll definitely help. Let's see. Okay, does anyone have experience with shiny hunting in Sword and Shield? Because I don't. The Ho-Oh dungeon will sandstorm you constantly. Be aware of that. Roll up plus Rapid Bullseye will demolish Ho-Oh. Yeah, exactly. Marowak won't get affected. That's true. By sandstorm, you mean? Yeah, that's true. But the rest of your team will. And like the thing about sandstorm is that like it's not that big of a problem if it's only like one floor in a row, maybe two floors, but it doesn't. It makes it so you don't regen HP, which is different from previous Mystery Dungeon games. I think. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think it was that way in the original. I should probably bring Kyogre or Groudon. They'll cancel out the snowstorm, and will if you yeah they'll overwrite Ho-Oh's rainbow thing, which I didn't even really get to experience. Like, what did that do? What does the rainbow thing do? Yes, I think the shiny charm is essential if you want to cut. Yeah, for sure. I know I don't have the Pokedex done yet, but I know I'm real close. What am I missing? Okay, I'm missing 4 Pokemon. One of them apparently is Sock. Breeding's the best way, IMO. Yeah, like, I don't think I have the willpower to be like a full odds, uh, just like random shiny hunter. I feel like it has to be like Masuda method. Rainbow Light heals Ho-Oh after a while, like 400 HP or so. Oh, that's broken. But yeah, so I'm missing Sock. I know I'm missing Rhyperior, and missing Slurp Off apparently. Who else am I missing? So that's 3, and I'm missing 4. If I have the item that Mega Evolves Charizard, it has the Drought ability. I don't know how that works. It might be random which one it Mega Evolves into, because I've seen it Mega Evolve into X, and I've seen it Mega Evolve into Y, and I don't know if there's a way to control that. I can trade you some of the ones you're missing. Yeah, okay, so there's Rhyperior. And then what is the last one? Like, I have ways of getting them. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a I must have a Rhyperior in Pokemon Home. What is this last one? I honestly, it's gonna be something so random. But there's, I mean, I also have other ways of getting them. But yeah, so don't trouble yourself for me. Um, there it is. Escavalier, that's why. Honestly, I was able to finish most of the Pokedex by wonder trading, and then trading with a friend for the other box legendary. Yeah, pretty much. Cloud9 and Airlock from Rayquaza also apparently work. Yes, they do. The weather will still be there with Airlock anyway. It just won't do anything. And then Cloud9 gets rid of all weather. Oh, there's another raid down there. All right. Can you import all gen Pokemon into Sword and Shield? Yes and no. There are Pokemon from every generation, but you can't bring them into the game if they are not in like the Pokedex, with only a couple of exceptions. There are 435 Pokemon that can be in the game. That will change next month with the DLC when the DLC comes out. But as of right now, I think there are only 435 that can be brought into Sword and Shield. I caught a living deck, so I got almost everything in Pokemon Home. I'm getting there. I'm very much getting there. I'm working on a living dex, and I've been playing through. I have everything from Gen 1, and I'm missing like only 2 Pokemon from Gen 2 in a living dex. But that's it. And then I'm have most of Gen 3. I brought home all of my Pokemon games like that. So like I have Silver on the Virtual Console on my 3DS. So I got a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon from that. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee plus Pokemon Go gives you pretty much a lot of the Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's see. Jonathan, I'm not sure if Drought cancels Rainbow Light. Might be on the same tier as Primal Weather. Yeah. So if it Drought and Drizzle don't reset the Rainbow Light, but I think if you give them an Empowerment Seed, they might. Because when I fought Groudon, I brought Kyogre and waited until Groudon Primal reverted, and then I gave an Empowerment Seed to my Kyogre, and that overwrote. Overwrote. I don't think overwrited is the right word. Overwrote. Overrided? Anyway, it undid whatever Groudon had going on, and made that fight infinitely easier. So yeah, definitely recruit Kyogre before you go do Groudon. Let's see. I forgot the DLC is coming so soon. I feel like Game Freak Nintendo has been posting it as much about it. Maybe not to reveal too much. I think that's it too. They've posted the same trailer relatively recently, like on their Twitter, like the original one, or at least like a modified version that didn't really show anything new. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I saw like that little clip of Cubfu punching at what's his name? Is his name like Mustard? The like master guy from the Isle of Armor. I'm pretty sure his name is literally just Mustard. That might be me misremembering, but I'm almost positive that's his name. I hope they don't spoil everything for the DLCs, and or as we knew everything by the time it came out, post game, megas, and so on. Yeah, that's a good point. Like I really hope they don't either. I don't think they will. They were really good about it, and after what happened with Sword and Shield, how everything got leaked, and then they like arrested the dude. They arrested the leaker and like or at least sued him for a lot of money. Are we going? Game? There we go. Let's be honest, Cubfu is just recycled Galarian Teddiursa. Yeah, I'm not super excited for the design. I'm more excited to hear about the lore if they give it any. Because, like, compared to some games, the lore of Sword and Shield was just not very good. And that's what I care more about personally. Ho-Oh will to defeat, just not sure, or will be easy to defeat. Just not sure if I should keep leveling up, or I should go the way I am right now. It won't be easy, I'll guarantee you that. I specifically built my team for it to be easy. If you want a challenge, go in with the team you've got. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Like for my battle with Kyogre, I went in with a team that wasn't my usual team, and I almost got bodied. I think I had one Reviver Seed left at the end of that, and I went in with like over 20. So yeah, the game can definitely be as hard or easy as you would like it to be. They made it sound like you have to pick which temple to take on. I hope they make it so both temples can be taken on. I think that is the case. I think you can choose which form of Urshifu it evolves into. I think I'm probably going to go with the Rapid Strike form, the water fighting one. Just because water fighting is a much better type in my opinion than dark fighting. Like the only water fighting Pokemon we have are Keldeo and Polygrath, which are both good Pokemon. But I don't, well, Polygrath isn't in Sword and Shield. And Keldeo is, but I don't know if I have one. I've missed a lot of event Pokemon over the years, so I might have a Keldeo, but I'm inclined to think that I don't. So yeah, so that's why I want a water fighting one. Dark fighting is still a super good typing. And I think I've been a little bit let down by the dark fighting Pokemon that we have, because I think the only ones that we actually have are Scrafty and Pangoro. And both of them are decent. Like neither of them are bad. Scrafty's especially pretty good in VGC, which is what I play most often. But overall, I don't think either of them are great. So hopefully we get a really good competitive Pokemon in both Urshifu's forms. I love it when the legendary has an overwhelming presence. The Oris remakes, Giratina and Ultra Necrozma did this very well. I agree. Like I have very fond memories of the Gen 2 games, and like having replayed them sort of recently, because like I was born in 96. So I have I basically learned to read by, I talk about this kind of often, but I basically learned to read playing Gen 1 and 2. Because Gen 1 came out in 98 in the States, and Gen 2 came out in, I think, 2000 in the States. So I was, just old enough to read, and like some of the older kids at my babysitters had Red and Blue and Gold and Silver at the time that, like, and they were a little older than me, so they let me play them. But they, yeah, Gold and Silver was just, I have very fond memories of it without much to back it up. Because it was basically like, hey, randomly, here's this rainbow wing that I'm giving you after you defeat Team Rocket. Not gonna tell you what to do with it, but here it is. The new Triforce Grass Legendary is still so weird looking. I agree. Calyrex? Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Also, never could get to the end of Super Mystery Dungeon. Also, I'm glad they did a newer version of the games. Me too. Super Mystery Dungeon can be really slow. Like I said, I replayed it relatively recently. And the first half of the game is basically just like you kicking around your village with your like school pals. And like I really liked the interactions between all of the like school characters, like you and your partner character, and then also like Deerling and Pancham and all the other characters. Like I enjoyed that, but like when that's half the game, it gets a little old. So it's yeah, I understand why Super Mystery Dungeon is pretty hit or miss for people. I get that. Oris Legends, Giratina, Ultra Necrozma also had great themes, especially Giratina, Ultra Necrozma. Those were bangers. Absolutely. When I used to use like one of the most common remixes I use for background music on my Let's Play channel. Again, back when I uploaded to that, because I don't really upload to that channel anymore. I would use I think it was Glitch X City. I want to say it was hers, but I know I used remixes from oh no, it was Mewmore. It was Mewmore's remix of the Giratina theme, and it was excellent. So third or last dungeon, I couldn't get past it. The third or last dungeon, I couldn't get past it. I'm trying to think. I don't remember the specific dungeons from Super Mystery Dungeon all that well. Yeah, like there was a lot of stuff that was just really unmemorable about it. I really did like how they had the different continents. I thought that was neat, but I felt like that was really underexplored for Super Mystery Dungeon. I felt the autoplay feature was a bit unnecessary, but overall I think it was a decent game. I agree to a point, Larry. I agree that for the main story, the auto feature, the like auto button, was a bit unnecessary. But for the post game with like some of the 99 floor dungeons, it is kind of nice to just like AFK your brain a little bit and just let the auto button do what it does. That's what I've been doing for some of the longer dungeons, is just letting the auto button go and then spamming A whenever I get to a room with the Pokemon in it. Wait, why'd we stop? What happened? Okay, it looked like there was some lag there. Was that just me, or was that everyone? I didn't understand the crystal thing in Super Mystery Dungeon. You had to equip it in. You had to equip in it. The crystal thing. I don't think I don't know what I don't think I know what you're talking about, Jonathan. I didn't understand the crystal thing in Super Mystery Dungeon. You had to equip in it. It's been quite a while since I played that game, so I don't think I remember specifically what you're talking about with that. Also, I bought these Joy-Con grips, and like they feel like they're like falling apart on me, which is sad. You learned it in the school. Oh, those. Okay, I understand what you're talking about now. Yeah, that was like an extra layer of complication that I think was like that I agree. They didn't do a very good job of explaining it. But no, I understand what you're talking about now. Um, it's sort of like a combination of the IQ skills from the original set of Mystery Dungeon games, plus like the rare qualities of these games, or of DX. So like it was just never explained all that well. I definitely agree. All right, Pika. I definitely didn't think I was gonna win this one, but I'll take it, I guess. Now, can I catch you, please? I already have a Gigantamax Pikachu because I got the one because I have Let's Go, but this one has Surf and I want it. It just seems so stupid. Yeah, like it was to a point. I definitely agree. They were very useful if you knew how to use them properly, but it was like they never explained how to use them properly. You know. My fondest memory was of Dark Matter, especially the music. That final boss theme was so darn good. I agree. That final theme was very good. but like okay, Super Mystery Dungeon was the only Mystery Dungeon game where like I didn't really like the partner. Like in oh, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I really didn't like the partner. Um, they were way too scatterbrained, and they were very much like the exact opposite of like me IRL as a person. Um, because they're just super rash and super impulsive, and that's like absolutely not me. But again, that's just like that's not like a critique of the game. I guess that's just like a little bit of a critique of like the writing of one character. And like granted, it's like a super important character, but um yeah, it just wasn't for me. It was way better as a game than Gates to Infinity, which I don't even think I have that ROM to emulate because I hated that game. And like I think that was the first Pokemon game that they put out for the 3DS. So like I was so incredibly excited. I remember we were on vacation at the time when it came out, and I bought a 3DS specifically to play Gates to Infinity because, uh, as I've talked about a couple times, like during the Let's Play, the original Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team was my favorite video game of all time. So like I was super excited, and also Explorers was also incredible. I loved the Explorers games. So I was super excited when Mystery Dungeon came to 3DS, and I made my parents stop at like this random Walmart in this random town as we were driving home to New York from South Carolina. They really didn't want to, but I made them. And it was just such a bad game. It was a bad game. Let's see. Didn't they have the same feature in Infinity? I don't think so. The same feature in the Infinity and Sky as in Super Mystery Dungeon. That same like equipping the Emeras to the I think they're called loops. No, they did not. That well, they might have in Super Mystery Dungeon or in Gates to Infinity, but I don't think so. They definitely did not in Gates or in Explorers. The only Explorers was basically just like an enhanced version of Blue Rescue Team because it was on the DS. Let's see. Super Mystery Dungeon redeemed the 3DS PMD games from being total flops. I'm glad I bought it and gave it a chance. Me too. Like I don't dislike the game. But I would say for me, it probably goes like Rescue Team, like all three of them. Like I'll include DX. I think DX improved upon some of the flaws in, because like obviously no game is perfect. Like Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team like had flaws like every other game, and I feel like DX improved a lot upon a lot of them, and also introduced some new flaws. So like for me, it goes Rescue Team games, Explorers, Super Mystery Dungeon, and then way at the bottom is Gates to Infinity. And the biggest thing for me about Gates to Infinity that made it bad is that they didn't even give you a quiz. Like they didn't give you the personality quiz. It was basically like at the beginning of the game, it was like you're looking in a pond and it asks you like what reflection you see. And you can pick between not even all of the starters. You can pick between because it's technically a Gen 5 game because it came out before X and Y, but you can pick between Oshawott, Snivy, Tepig, Axew, and Pikachu because of course. So like I picked Axew the first time. I think I picked Axew as my character, and I think I picked Pikachu because I'm like, well, it's a dragon type. Obviously, I'm gonna pick that. And the starters, the Gen 5 starters didn't have their hidden abilities, which made me sad. So I just decided to pick Pikachu, and like, I'm not worse off for having played Gates to Infinity, but like having paid 45 or 40 or $45, however much it was at the time for it, was like, I would not do it again. I might replay it on my Citra emulator sometime soon, just to be like, just to actually think about how bad it was. Let's see. Mine's DX, Red Rescue, Blue Rescue, Explorers of Sky, Infinity. So you liked Gates to Infinity better than Super Mystery Dungeon? Interesting. I feel like that's kind of a hot take. Because like the Mystery Dungeon fan base is very committed. Like the Mystery Dungeon, like when they first announced the DX remake, Mystery Dungeon Twitter lost its collective mind, including me, honestly. Nope. Nope. Focus, Gavin. See, I want max raid battles. And it doesn't look like anyone is doing any. Cool. I think I might switch over to Animal Crossing real quick. And then, because I don't want to be, my parents are going to be home relatively soon, and this was just like a test stream anyway, so I didn't really plan on streaming for super, super long. My favorite memory of Super Mystery Dungeon was being in that tree, the Tree of Life. That was so cool for me for some reason. I definitely agree. That was like, that was one of the best like finishes to a game, because it had just such like that feeling of like grandiose, you know, that feeling that like, oh snap, the world's actually ending. But yeah, I think I might hop over to Animal Crossing for a minute. What do you guys think? Because my island is not very far along. I still haven't like completed like the game of, you know, getting KK Slider to come visit yet. All right, so let's switch over to Animal Crossing. What fruits do you have? So, my native fruit is orange, uh, which is a bummer. Like, I feel like a lot of people have oranges, but I also have gotten just from random Nook Miles tickets. Uh, I have cherries and peaches. Regular games are Gen 4, 2, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, Gen 3, and Gen 5. Gotcha. I do really enjoy Gen 4. I feel like, I don't know, I like Gen 5 more than the general consensus of people do, I think. Um, no, that's a pretty good list. I think, I don't know, maybe it's because I've lived with Gen 1 my entire life. I feel like Gen 1's kind of overhyped. I'm definitely not like a Gen 1er. Um, like they were obviously like incredible games for the time. Oh yeah, this is my character. And I'm real sad that there's no bald option in Animal Crossing. Like this was the closest bald option that I could find. Was just super short hair. But yeah, there's no bald option, which makes me sad. Where's my hat? Where did it go? There it is. But yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to like build too many roads or anything. I have cherries, which is funny that I have no oranges living in Florida. That is funny. Um, yeah, and then so this my let's see, there's my little island map, and I made myself a little bamboo island in the middle, which I thought was cute. Um, use the time travel feature. I do what I don't. I don't. I did it a little bit to play the stock market, because I needed some money, but I don't typically. Who are your villagers? Right now, I have Dizzy, who is my favorite. I love her so much. I think she's super cute. Then I have Bubbles, the hippo. Let's see, what do we got? Then I have Apollo, the eagle. He's also pretty cool. I have Ed, the horse, who I'm not a big fan of. I really don't want him here. But he hasn't asked to leave yet, so whatever. And then what is his name? What is his name? Is he home? He is home. She's so adorable. I also did someone did a replica of the 4th gen in Animal Crossing. I saw that. Who's your bodybuilder Chad personality? This guy. Sheldon. Which I think is funny because, like, if you ever meet someone named Sheldon, they're definitely not, like, the bodybuilder guy. Also, he's a squirrel and really small, which I think is funny that he's, like, the jock dude. But yeah, I don't hate Sheldon. And then, so I started with Sheldon and Renee, the rhino. I actually really like Renee. He reminds me of Plankton. I agree. I really like Renee. Renee's a lot of fun. And then who else do I have? I have Alice the koala, who's also adorable. I love Alice. Alice and Dizzy are definitely my favorite. Let me see if I can find Alice. I don't know where she is. Oh, also I made custom shirts. So for the first couple, oh yeah, I put Professor Oak on my flag. And then I made custom shirts for the first couple of villagers that I had of like what Pokemon or what animal they are based off of, like or it's like a Pokemon for like their animal basically. Hi Mabel. I still somehow did that replica of the 4th gen map, uh, but it's so impressive. Yeah, like once I get access to terraforming, I'll be real excited. But yeah, so I did these shirts just based off of what villagers I had, and also just some of my favorite Pokemon. So I did Fampy for Dizzy. I did Hippopotas for Bubbles, my hippo, and I did Komala for Alice, Pachirisu for Sheldon, and Nidoqueen because I tried to do Rhyhorn, but there's not that many grays while still having access to red, because to do Rhyhorn's like in party sprite from the older games, you need like 4 different grays and also red for its eyes. And just the color palettes make it really hard to do that. So I decided to pick Nidoqueen to use as a rhino instead. Fampy's so cute. I need that creator ID code. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I don't think I've actually hooked that up. Well, I can do that right now. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually done this. But I love that Fampy too. It's real cute. And then what else did I do? I did Dunsparce and Shuckle because they're some of my favorite Pokemon. And then also I did Dracovich's head because his whole body wouldn't fit. Search by creator ID, post. Please do not post designs that contain illegal content or would make other players uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure putting these sprites on is technically violating copyright, but like, what are they gonna do? I understand. I'm now registered as a creator. Cool, thank you. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll post one then. We'll post Fampy. Post. Also, I named my island Ogygia, which is the name of the island that Calypso is on in Greek mythology. But yeah, so there you go. If you want the Fampy code, it's MO-2CC7- N41L-MT-NM. Post to Facebook, post to Twitter. No. I would probably do the 1st gen or 2nd gen map if I ever got the terraforming part in the game. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, once I get terraforming, I'll think more about that. No problem, Fluffy. You got it. Let's see. And then I also did Dunsparce, which looks kind of bad. I might try to redo the Dunsparce because it doesn't look great. I really liked how Dracovich's face turned out. I really like that shirt a lot. And then Shuckle. I made Shuckle purposefully look a little derpy because it's Shuckle. But I love Shuckle. Shuckle's one of my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, let's go see if I can find Alice and see what she's up to. And then I think I heard my dog puking a second ago. So I might end stream once I find Alice and just see what she's up to. She might be in the museum, actually. Oh yeah, this is my orchard. For some reason, there's just like these couple random trees that just won't grow. Like there's a tree right here that just won't grow. And I don't know why. Someone made a full custom Dragonite outfit with a hat and a trench coat, and it's the best thing ever. That does sound fun. But yeah, there's a tree right here that just will not grow. I've had it planted there for the same amount of time as the rest of these trees, and it just won't grow. And then there's another one over here that started to grow, but now just won't. It just refuses. And I don't know why. Like this one I know won't grow because it's too close to the sand thing. So like I understand that and I just haven't moved it yet. And then same thing over here. Yeah, similar thing. Like I know it's too close to the water, so it won't grow. I understand that. But I don't understand this one in the middle. So if anyone knows why these couple random trees just won't grow, please let me know. Let's see if I can find Alice. And here's my campground. I put a little fire and some tiki torches outside to make it look more campy. Here are some money trees that I have already partially harvested. My museum is coming along nicely. I'm almost done with the fossils. I'm missing only a couple fossils. And Red has only visited my island like once. So like I don't have almost any art, which bugs me. That's my dog. I'm missing whatever these two fossils are. I have no idea what they're supposed to be. Fozzie, come here, buddy. I know. Let's see. And then I have all of this. I'm missing the right Quetzalcoatlus wing. I'm missing the front half of my Ankylosaurus. I think that's all I'm missing in this room. And then I'm also missing half of Megalosaurus, I think is the name of it, the big deer. Is it Megalosaurus? There's Megacerops. Megalosaurus, yeah. So yeah, I'm missing the left half of Megalosaurus, which I just haven't been able to find yet. I also have been looking at this this like Tree of Life thing that's been going on here, and it's for the most part pretty accurate. Although I don't know, what is this villager right here supposed to be? Like the one between the elephant and the cat. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Does anyone know like what kind of animal that is? Because obviously we have a bird like Apollo, koala, kangaroo, elephant. I have no idea what this is. A cat, a dog, a bear, a horse, a rhino, a pig, a hippo, a cow, a deer, a rabbit, a mouse, and then a monkey. But I have no idea what that one is supposed to be. And even like based on like my just knowledge of animals and like which ones are supposed to be where, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. That's more closely related to elephants than like other placental mammals. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Can't see too dark. Oh, which one? The one next to the elephant. Wow, that is really dark actually. It doesn't look that dark on my screen. So I'll go Sabretooth. No, it's the what villager it's supposed to be. It's this one here. So maybe I'll try like raising the brightness in OBS maybe. Oh yeah, that is really dark. Let's see. Oh, too bright. Anyway, this one right here. This one that I'm standing in front of. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. It's but between the elephant and the cat. I genuinely have no idea what it is. Okay, that looks better. That you can still, yeah, you can see it better now. Anteater. Thank you. That makes way more sense. Okay, because I could not for the life of me figure out what that's supposed to be, but anteater makes sense. Anteater villager. Interesting. I didn't know there was such a thing. Thank you, Fluffy. That's kind of epic, not gonna lie. Yeah, see, I'm really I have space for one more villager, I think. And well, I would really like to get rid of Ed, the horse. I really just don't want him here. He's like the pretentious, like I think he's supposed to be like Italian, but like your name's Ed. So it's like, does anyone play Breath of the Wild? I do. I love Breath of the Wild. They're not the most popular in the fandom, I've noticed. The horses are the Anteater. Um, and like, I'm debating getting rid of Sheldon as well. Um, just because like the whole jockey thing is like, it's neat. I think it's funny because he's a squirrel. But other than that, it's like not really the vibe I'm going for on my island, you know? Um, anyway, Jonathan, yes, I do play Breath of the Wild. I love it. Um, oh, somebody's home. So I'll see you guys later. I gotta go. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I appreciate it.